from J.David Ramsey Stadium on the campus of Bear River High School. Touchdown Production, celebrating 21 years of local high school sports excellence, is proud to present Bear River Bruin football. Tonight in week 4 of the PVL season, your 1-2 Bear River Bruins take on the 3-0, 5 times defending champion Placer Hillmen. There are only 2 weeks left to qualify for the playoffs for the Bruins, and we have all the PVL action right here, right now, on your NorCal Game of the Week. The Bear River Bruins play at home for the final time this season and need one more win to make the playoffs in 2017. Their opponent tonight is their cross-county rival, the Placer Hillmen. Good evening, football fans. This is Marty Mortensen, the voice of Bear River football. Joining me once again in the broadcast booth is David Kline. Our producer and camera operator is Gilbert M. Dominguez, and we are all set and in place for tonight's big game. David, last week we saw the Colfax Falcons in a must-win situation to keep their playoff hopes alive, and tonight it's the Bruins' turn.
That's right, Marty. The Bruins remain at 1-2 and need just one more win to make the postseason. That means either knock off the undefeated Hillmen tonight or take it down to the wire next week against Center.
Well, I'm sure the Bruins would rather take care of business tonight than put it all on the line next week in the final game of the season. Last week it was the Falcons who took control of the game and the scrimmage line, and behind the running of the player of the game, Mason Aarons, and got their first league win and now need a big win tonight at Center for them to qualify.
And as for the Hillmen, we've seen them several times this season, including the thriller against Colfax, where the Hillmen were down by 21 points and came back for the win and have gone on to remain in first place. If they are successful here tonight, that could set up a possible championship game next week against Lincoln for the PVL title.
So it's a must-win situation tonight for the Bruins, and another step for the Hillmen on the road to their 6th consecutive PVL championship. Time for us now to step aside for 30 seconds, and when we return, we'll have the RU Outside pregame show. And we'll go over the league standings and update the playoff picture. You're watching exclusive coverage of Bear River Bruin football on the NorCal Game of the Week, TouchdownProductions.com.
Join the fun of Halloween this week at BNC and guess the weight of the giant pumpkin now on display. If you guess the weight correctly, you can win a $50 gift certificate good for anything in the store. It's fun for the whole family, so bring the kids and see the giant pumpkin in person, then make your best guess. And there's still a few days left for the bargains of the month at BNC, home of the Giant Pumpkin Contest.
Welcome back to J.David Ramsey Stadium on the campus of Bear River High School. Marty Mortensen along with David Kline and Gil Dominguez, as we'll take just a couple minutes here to look over the Pioneer Valley League football standings as where it stands right now. So far, Placer and Lincoln are guaranteed a spot in the playoffs, and they come into tonight's game 3-0. Both teams, and Bear River and Colfax in league play are 1-2. Bear River needs a win either tonight or next week, and Colfax needs a win tonight or next week to ensure their spot in the playoffs, followed by Center at 1-2 and Foothill at 0-3. So that's the rundown for the Pioneer Valley League, and this will be our last meeting with Placer High School after all these years, because both schools are moving into a new league next year.
Yeah, and Marty, as we look towards the Sierra Foothill League, Folsom and Oak Ridge sitting pretty at the top at 4-0 in league play. Rockland at 3-1. Granite Bay at 2-2. Wood Creek at 1-3. Del Oro at 1-4. But the bigger story is a team that we've been following a lot the past couple of years is Nevada Union at 0-5 on the year. They're taking on Oak Ridge, so it's going to be a tough way for them to get their first win in SFL play in the Houlihan era. They're 0-28 in the Dennis Houlihan era, and not to mention they haven't scored in their last 8 quarters.
Yeah, that's a pretty tough league, the SFL, and I know that the Miners will be very glad to get out of that and get into a more competitive league for them, because the school enrollments have dropped at Nevada Union and Bear River. So it's still going to be a tough situation for both teams, but at least they can move into a more competitive league.
Yeah, and you got to give like a lot of credit to Nevada Union and the whole team, because as a player and as a young kid in high school, you're gone 0-28 in your entire league play, and you've gone 0-5 in league play this season. To have the fight and to have the motivation to come back week in and week out to still play the football game shows a lot of credit and a lot of character towards Dennis Wilhan's men.
And especially practicing all week when you know you're going up against the #1 team in the league, and also in the B's top 20. So it's going to be a tough night for them, and let's hope they can put on a good show. But we have a good show scheduled here tonight between Placer and the Bruins. The Placer team comes in here with a big roster of 47 players. Plus, I talked to the coach this afternoon, and 4 JV players were brought up from the JV squad, and I hope we have them on our roster. I don't know. They were brought in as the last minute get ready for the playoffs type thing, and they're going to be starting. So we'll have to see how that goes. And, of course, the Bruins, they've lost Steven Taylor. They've got a couple of Baggett got hurt last week with an ankle sprain, and Calder Cundy is really struggling because he's had bumps and bruises, and so all in all, the Bruins, a smaller squad, and they just got to play their A game and have a much better game than they played in the last couple of weeks to beat this Placer squad.
Yeah, they do. It's going to be a very tough ask for this Bear River team. Of course, as we mentioned, it all comes down to the quarterback play of senior quarterback number 4, Luke Baggett. In his last game against Colfax, as you mentioned, he was a little banged up in that game, but still went 5 for 14, 135 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. And on the season, he's got 777 yards, 5 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. So I think if Bear River have any chance to win this football game, he's going to have to throw the ball. He's going to have to throw the ball very well tonight.
Yeah, I think in their game plan, they're going to be throwing the ball a lot more tonight. And one of the big plays last week that Luke Baggett had was stole that ball on that big pass play for about 26 yards, and he went to tackle the receiver, and he stole the ball right out of his hand. It was a turnover, but Bear River just didn't have the horsepower last week to do anything against the running back on our player of the game, Mason Aarons. I mean, he had like 39 carries and over 250 yards plus last week. So
it's tough for anyone to stop Mason Aarons. We've seen that. We've seen that first time.
I mean, I've never seen anybody with so many moves as he had last week. I mean, he looked like going to tackle him. He does a little spin move, and he goes for another 10 yards. And it seemed like every time he carried the ball, he got a first down. So all in all, it was a very tough game for the Bruins last week against a good Colfax team. But they have to win tonight or next week against Center. Well, they'll be watching the playoffs from the stadium stands. So that's our rundown here for RU Outside on our pregame show. And thank you for joining us. And remember that you're watching exclusive coverage of Bear River football on the NorCal Game of the Week at touchdownproductions.com.
Shopping at SPD is about being local in Grass Valley and Nevada City and buying the freshest produce in town. This week's special is Chateaubriand steak, value pack, bone-in thighs, and thick sliced bacon. And don't forget to order your holiday meat from the SPD butchers. You'll see real savings on thousands of products every day. So shop where your neighbors shop at SPD Markets in Nevada City and Grass Valley.
Well, welcome back to J.David Ramsey Stadium. It's senior night here for the Bruins. Their last home game of the season, unless they can get into the playoffs and get a home game. But right now, this is the last game of the season, home game for the Bear River Bruins. Doing the kickoff tonight for the Bruins is number 1, Alex Bond, and back to receive for the Placer Hillmen, number 21 and number 7, it looks like. So that's Warren and Kerrigan. So the Bruins will come up. They'll get the ball at halftime, but they'll kick off right now to start this ball game. Exciting game, a must win for the Bruins, and we'll see how they can stack up against this 7-1 team. Here's a deep kick by Bond, taking it about the 2-yard line and down the sideline, and he's still on his feet. He stepped out of bounds. Wow. Nice run back, 33-yard line. That was number 21, Kerrigan.
Yeah, Kerrigan actually had a ton of space in front of him. If he tiptoed the sideline a little bit better, he had the entire field in front of him. That would have taken it to the house. But now it's Placer getting the ball first on offense.
So coming in to do the quarterbacking for the Hillmen. Now, you've seen this team a couple of times already this year, and they are tough. And a quick handoff. That's 21 around the left side. He's going to be brought down on a nice tackle. That looks like Moronic making that stop. It was. Gain of about a yard and a half, close to 2.
Gain of about 2 yards, second down and 8.
Quick handoff up the middle and a fumble, and Bear River could have picked it up. I think they've got it.
That they do.
Let's see who came up with it. That was number 5. Oh, Luke Baggett got it. All right. That's his second fumble recovery in the last 2 weeks. The Bruins got a big break. They got the ball on the 45-yard line of Placer. Let's see if they can capitalize here.
Yeah, Marty, another reason why Bear River might win this football game if they do is the turnover differential has to be well in their favor. They have to force the turnovers, and they cannot turn the ball over themselves. Here's a perfect opportunity for them to get on the board first.
Yeah, Zimmer. I thought Zimmer made that recovery. And a quick handoff, and that is up the middle. He's still on his feet. Still on his feet. Zimmer, he recovered the fumble, and now he takes the ball for about 17 yards down to the 21-yard line. Excellent run. Nice hole opened up on the right-hand side of the line, and he took advantage of it right up the middle. Brian Hudson, the field announcer, is pretty excited at this point in time as the Bruins showing a little bit of spark here. Baggett in shotgun formation, looking to pass. And he's still going to try to go up the middle, can't do it. And brought down by number 67, Curtis Staggs.
Loss of 4, it'll be second down and 14.
So that'll bring up second down and 14 here. Well, let's see, maybe somebody jumped offside, or was it illegal procedure here? Placer's doing a lot of jumping. They may have offside. Yeah, they're very active on that defense there, David.
Yeah, that they are, and they need to just calm down a little bit. I'm sure Tony Martello in the huddle is going to get them calmed down. But going back to Bear River for a second, how do you replace the volume of carries with Stephen Taylor after he tore his ACL last week? Josh Zimmer getting the first carry right there. The big fullback, Austin Bays, is someone to look out for tonight, too, running the football. And also Travis Carpenter, the linebacker, who usually gets the ball in those short yardage, those goal line carries.
Another flag out into the flat. And that is Zimmer. He could take it into the end zone, and it is touchdown Bruins, but that may be called back because of a penalty. We'll see.
We'll have to see what that flag is. There's not a lot of celebrating over there from the Bear River sideline.
Touchdown Bruins! It was against Placer. So Bear River's first Zimmer on that screen pass, took it into the end zone.
Sideline warning, Placer, first warning.
So coming in for the extra point is Alex Blond. The holder is Jenkins. Good snap, put down kick. And that is good. So Bear River scores right off the top after that fumble recovery with 9:54 left in this first quarter. Bear River on top, 7-0. That is a big surprise there, David. All right, we'll come right back for your comments and like to remind you that you're watching exclusive coverage of Bear River Bruin football on the NorCal Game of the Week at touchdownproductions.com.
With nearly 30 years of proudly serving our community, Auburn Toyota is expanding to offer more new Toyota inventory than ever before. Chances are we have the exact Toyota model you want, ready for you to drive home today. With many years of combined sales experience and hundreds of new Toyota cars, trucks, 4x4s, and SUVs, now is the perfect time to buy at Auburn Toyota. Come see why for generations Foothill Toyota buyers buy from Auburn Toyota, which is why we like to say Auburn Toyota is the place where the customers come back.
Welcome back. Well, David, we saw a nice screen pass there with several blockers out in front of Zimmer, and that went in for the big score.
Yeah, you couldn't have asked for a better start from Bear River right there, getting the turnover, and then immediately answering with the halfback screen on the other side. A great play design, a great build-up, and you couldn't have asked, like I said, you couldn't have asked for a better play, a better first drive from Bear River. Now can they do it again defensively?
Well, let's see what happens. Alex Bond comes up to the ball on the 40-yard line, and he got it down to the 2 on last kickoff. No wind here tonight, so.
This kid's got a leg, though.
Yeah, he does. He should be able to get it back there deep again. But it was almost a touchdown. He's going to squib it this time. It's going to go to the sideline. Picked up over there about the 25-yard line, and they've brought him down. Number 10, the ball carrier, that was Chapman. And I didn't see who made that tackle. It might have been number 34, Carpenter, I believe. Let's see. No, Hunter Daniels.
I like the play on that. I like the little squib kick, although I don't like who it went to. It went to Marshall Chapman, one of the running backs, who's also really tricky in open space. If you want to squib that, I say you just squib it right on the middle of the field with no real intention of where that's going to bounce.
So here come the Hillmen. Quick handoff left side, and it doesn't go for much. Whole right side of the Bear River line came up and made that stop.
Ball carrier, 24, Mario Perez.
Perez, the ball carrier.
To the 30-yard line.
Yeah, Marty, when it comes to this Placer team, it's mainly going to be on the three-headed back system of Perez, Marshall Chapman, and Anthony Kerrigan. All of them like to run different places. Mario Perez is more of a downfield in between the tackles kind of runner. Chapman and Kerrigan both are the outside tackle kind of players that like to get those sweeps and like to get into space.
Handoff, first man through, big hole over the right side. He's going to pick up the first down.
About the 40-yard line.
Brought down in there by Zimmer, it looks like. Bays and Zimmer, it looked like.
On the tackle along with Zimmer.
Michael Stuck, the quarterback, the junior for the Placer Hillmen, a good ball handler. Two backs in the backfield looking to pass for the first time tonight. Big rush coming in. He's got to step up, and it's caught and wide open on the sideline. That was number 7. That is Travis Warren.
Yeah, Warren, the leading receiver for this team, and he's been our player of the game in previous games that we had Placer. 25 receptions, 541 yards, and a team-leading 5 touchdowns on the season. He's going to be the downfield target, one of the 2 downfield targets for Placer for Michael Stuck tonight.
Well, he put a good move on Cundy because he was wide open.
18-yard pickup, first down.
18 yards on the pickup, so the Placer Hillmen on the move here. Handoff left side, number 10, that is Chapman. Picks up a couple.
Run by the Hillmen. Number 10, Marshall Chapman. Gain of 2, second down and 8.
Handoff. No, oh, nice tackle in there. Coming up and making that stop was Moronic. That was 21, the ball carrier, Kerrigan. Big loss, so that'll bring up third down.
Yeah, Moronic did a great job of getting past his blocker on the edge, and those kind of design runs. Placer really like to seal that edge and allow Kerrigan and sometimes Chapman get to break that edge and really get into open field. But that was just a great play by Moronic right there, just to shed that blocker and really get low and really hit Kerrigan down low and limit the yardage.
Statue of Liberty plays, and but Bear River wasn't fooled. And let's see, Chapman was the ball carrier.
Once again, inside first
59 in on that tackle for the Bruins is Sam Davis.
Yeah, now Marty, now that's 4th down. That play was to set up this 4th down. They weren't going to go 3rd and long and try and pass it. This sets up a more realistic situation on Bear River's own 40-yard line to try and go for a short completion right here to set up a more reasonable and more gettable 4th down and 7.
Now let's see if the Bruins can hold them here. As Placer comes up to the line of scrimmage, 2 backs in the backfield looking to pass. Throws it over here in the sidelines. He's got his man. Oh, good block in there as put it on base, but they were able to pick up a 1st down. That was Bishop who caught that pass. Those 2 receivers out in the flat are wide open both times.
Well, on that play design, Brad Bishop is coming across the opposite side of the formation into like a short little flat route, while Warren on the near side of the field is almost running a post, and it allowed Brad Bishop to get open on that play and Warren to lay out a block for him in the open field.
Handoff to 24. He's got some yardage. That is the ball carrier's Perez.
With a gain of about 6 to the 21-yard line.
Oh, 2nd down and 4. Stuck comes in with the play.
2nd down and 4.
Going back to pass, looking. He's going for the end zone. He's got his man beat, and he's caught down about the 3-yard line.
Pass complete.
Once again, that's number 7. That's Warren.
Number 7, Travis Warren with the
Yeah, Warren
reception.
paid a very, very hefty price at the end of that catch. He made the catch inbounds, perfectly fine catch, but took a huge hit from the free safety on that play.
First down, goal to go.
So a 1st and goal for the Hillmen. Handoff, trying to go up the middle. It doesn't go anywhere, and
maybe a yard. Chapman, I'm sorry, that's 24, Perez.
Perez, the ball carrier. Ball is sitting on about the, let's call it the 3-yard line. They've got some powerful backs, and so this will probably be a handoff again. Rolling it, yeah, going to the side. It's going to skirt into the end zone. And let's see, a touchdown. I think that was Kerrigan.
Kerrigan, yeah. Kerrigan with the 2-yard score.
So with 5:08 left in this first quarter, this is a shootout game going on here. Going for the extra point here. The holder will be Callahan, one of the captains tonight, and doing the kicking. That is number 18, Meyer. Ball's put down and kicked, and it's good. So that ties the score at 7-7 with 5:08 left in this first quarter. We'll like to remind you they're watching exclusive coverage of Bear River Bruin football on the NorCal Game of the Week at touchdownproductions.com.
Hey, hon, remember the guys are coming over later to watch the game.
Make a play for winning trays from Portisubs. We have the perfect tray for every game and every fan. So use your app or order online today.
Make Portisubs your destination.
Well, welcome back. Just before the kickoff here, we remind you, David, why don't you tell us about that touchdown play by Placer?
Yeah, you look at the formation, it looks like it's just going to be a straight handoff to Mario Perez up the middle. But a little misdirection, you get Kerrigan coming out of the backfield to the far side of the field and just beating out the defensive player, reaching out for the pylon and getting that 2-yard score, leveling the score at 7.
Well, the Bruins will now be back to receive the kickoff. Tie score 7-7. A lot of exciting action in this must-win game for the Bruins. Doing the kicking for Placer will be Myers. And back to receive, we've got Zimmer and Cundy. No, 27. That's is Anderson. Let's see what they can do. They drive it up the middle. That looked like Bays was back there. Must have been a short kick to Bays.
Yeah, it was a short kick, and that's really been the play that they've been doing. Both teams aren't really willing to let the deep receivers really get in any kind of open field to try and limit their return yardage, and that one just going to Bays off the little squib kick.
Well, the ball will be spotted on the 20, let's see, the 34-yard line of the Bruins. The Bruins come out, bag it in the backfield, looking to pass. Over the middle, he's got his man wide open. That is Scott. And it's going to pick up some big yardage.
Mark, there's a flag down on the play. In the backfield. It looks like it's going to be on Bear River.
Illegal receiver downfield. Boy, that's a killer. So a big 20-yard plus pickup, and now it's going to be called back. Oh, that's going to be.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Number 24 was covered, which made him ineligible by position. 5-yard penalty, replay, first down.
Those are the mistakes that have been hurting the Bruins all season, and most inopportune time to have that happen.
And that's just simple mistakes. That's just reading the game plan, knowing where you're lined up on the line of scrimmage. That you can't have those kind of mistakes after a big play like that and just immediately erased by a mental mistake.
Going back to pass now, he got a man over the middle, and he dropped the ball. Who was that? That was intended for Jenkins. So that'll bring up second down and about 15. Yeah, the Bruins have suffered those mistakes all year long, and it's really hurt them in the long run.
Yeah, and in this kind of time where your back's against the wall and you need a win against an undefeated team, you cannot have those kind of mistakes. You need to limit those mistakes, and you need to play good football.
Bang it over center. He fakes it, rolling out, looking for a block. And now he's going to turn around and go the other way, but there's another good block, and he's got some running. He's got a man wide open downfield, and he couldn't hit him. Boy, I tell you, who was down there that was wide open? That was Jenkins, was downfield wide open. There was nobody near him.
Yeah, that's a mistake by Baggett. I like the escapability. I like him turning back, but for a guy who's playing on both sides of the ball, you really want to save your legs and you want to save your stamina for late in the game when they might need you. But in all aspects, you have to throw that ball. You have to keep your eyes downfield and find your open receiver like he had. Instead, taking all that running for a 3-yard loss.
Bear River's going to call a timeout. So with timeout on the field, we'll be back in 30 seconds. And we'd like to remind you that you're watching Bear River Bruin football on the NorCal Game of the Week at TouchdownProductions.com.
Join the fun of Halloween this week at BNC and guess the weight of the giant pumpkin now on display. If you guess the weight correctly, you can win a $50 gift certificate good for anything in the store. It's fun for the whole family, so bring the kids and see the giant pumpkin in person, then make your best guess. And there's still a few days left for the bargains of the month at BNC, home of the Giant Pumpkin Contest.
Well, we're back now with the Bruins on 3rd down and 15. They've got to come up with a big play here. They'll be punting the ball back to Placer. Had a free run on offense, except for that one fumble. They've been dominant. First big handoff. That's Zimmer. Cuts it back inside. He tucks the ball in. He picks up about 10 yards, but it's going to be about 8 yards maybe, and he's going to be short of the first down. They'll have to kick. Coming in to do the punting will be
And
Alex Bond. Snap the ball, they could get people offside, but no, they're going to. Got too many players on the field. Oh,
No, they're good.
He's counting them now. Now we're back in action. Bond back to receive the hike kick. Good kick. And it's going to be going down to
why did he touch
it? And the Bear River's got it. They can't advance it, but it's going to be their ball.
What a mistake.
And it's, let's see what they call. They're going to.
That should be Bear River football.
Yeah, it should be Bear River ball, absolutely.
Recovered by Bear River. First and 10 at the spot.
Yeah, that's what I thought. You can't advance the ball in high school.
No, you can, but still going back, calling right. Why do you need to touch that football? That is about to be down. There's no reason. Just get away from that football. There's no reason why you need to be anywhere within 10 yards of that football while it's bouncing on the ground. What a huge mistake. And once again, Bear River with a great chance to put more points on the board.
Yeah, that was a big miscue by the Placer Hillmen because there were 3 Bear River Bruins around that ball, getting ready to down it, and he reached in there to grab it.
Inexcusable. There's no reason why he should be anywhere near that football.
So Bear River takes over after a big break, and there's a handoff. Reversed it. Coming around, you got to throw a pass.
Got Baggett.
Downfield, got Baggett wide open. He got it in there. Touchdown Bruins! Wow, what a play. Holy smokes.
Talk about a momentum gainer right there.
Yeah.
What a play.
Wow, they dug deep into the playbook on that one. Oh my goodness, a nice pass, and I didn't see who threw the ball. Was it Moronic? Let's see if Brian Hudson's got something for us. Too many things going on that one. So here was Bonds in to make the Bonds in to do the extra point. Snap, put down, and it's blocked.
The extra point is blocked by the Hillmen.
That's only the second block he's had all year, so I don't know who broke through to do that. Callahan came in to get it. All right, we got a score of 13-7 here in favor of the Bruins, and you're watching exclusive coverage of Bear River Bruin football on the NorCal Game of the Week, touchdownproductions.com.
Shopping at SPD is about being local in Grass Valley and Nevada City and buying the freshest produce in town. This week's special is Chateaubriand steak, value pack, bone-in thighs, and thick sliced bacon. And don't forget to order your holiday meat from the SPD Butchers. You'll see real savings on thousands of products every day. So shop where your neighbors shop at SPD Markets in Nevada City and Grass Valley.
Welcome back as the Bruins capitalize on a miscue on the punt, and they mix the extra point. But David, tell us about that touchdown play.
That is an absolutely perfect play call right there. You just capitalized on a mistake by Placer, and what play to do it by reaching deep into the playbook with a double reverse and then a pass back to the quarterback, Luke Baggett. An absolutely incredible play. Great determination by Bear River. Once again, they're just going to have to keep this going. We're still in the first quarter. They're going to have to do this for another 3 quarters.
Yeah. So Bond will kick off. Let's see if he squibs it again, and it's going to be a short kick. May go out of bounds, and it does, and they'll either kick it over or take it on the 35. Let's see what they do. Yeah, I guess they're going to take the ball on the 35-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. Wow, this is very exciting so far. I didn't anticipate this.
Went out of bounds. Placer chose to take the ball at the outbound spot, 37. 1st and 10.
So 1st and 10 for the Hillmen, as they're trailing once again here in the first quarter. Handoff, the second man through, but it didn't fool anybody. And who made that stop? That looked like that looked like Bays in on that Kerrigan drop by Bays in there for maybe just a yard gain.
This Bear River crowd is pumped up, especially after that last touchdown play.
Well, there's a handoff on that sweep to 21, and trying to make a couple of moves. That is Kerrigan.
Gonna be about 3 yards short.
He'll be short of the first down.
Gain of about 5.
The Bruins have taken advantage of 2 miscues by the Placer Hillmen and have put 13 points on the board. So they've got a 3rd down and short yardage here. First man through, but he's going to be short, I think, and didn't make it. I don't think so.
Yeah, it looks like Perez was short on the carry. Now this is decision time. You're down by 6, and it is going to be 4th and about 1.5 yards, maybe 2.
So they're going to go for it. It's third down and about just a little over a yard. Oh, I'm sorry, 4th down. 4th down.
And once again, another perfect opportunity here on the plate for Bear River's defense. Can they get the stop?
They're going to try to call him offside. They didn't. Did they do it? Somebody moved.
Might have been a false start. I didn't see anyone in Bear River move.
Let's see, where's the...
Oh, it is on Bear River.
That's the 3rd time they've done that this year, that on a 4th down. There's no reason to do that. All you got to do is watch the ball, and you're right there. Last time that happened to them in a previous game, and they went on down. It was 4th and 15, jumped offside. Oh, kept the drive alive. Here's a handoff, direct snap, and doesn't go anywhere. Bays on the tackle. That was a direct snap in there to number 10, it looked like. Oh, no, was it Bishop? Carpenter and Bays in on that tackle. So it'll bring up 2nd down and about 8.
Gain of about 3, 2nd down.
So they held him on 3rd down and then jump offside on 4th down. So that hurt him. Let's see what they can do here. Another sweep again, and trying to cut in. He jumps over a player, still on his feet, short of the first down, but that was Baggett that came up and hit him. The ball carrier was Kerrigan. So once again, we've got another 3rd down situation in short yardage. Handoff. Oh, big holes. Still got him, still going. And boy, that was 10. That was Chapman. Boy, he picks up some big yardage. Got a flag down.
Backfield area.
That'll be the end of the quarter, no matter what happens. But they're pointing at it against Placer. Personal foul against Placer. So that'll move them back 15 yards from the line of scrimmage, and plus that'll be the end of the first quarter. Pretty exciting. Bear River on top, 13-7. They're going to step it off, and I think then they'll...
Got a personal foul, 47 on the defense. 15 yards from spot of the foul, replay 3rd down.
Well, the clock's out, so let's see what they're going to do now. They should just mark it to the other side of the field. That'll bring up 3rd down wherever it is.
Yeah,
now there's timeout on the field. So that's the end of the first quarter. It took them a little while to figure it out. We had it way ahead of time. Just let you know you're watching exclusive coverage of Bear River Bruin football on the NorCal Game of the Week at TouchdownProductions.com.
With nearly 30 years of proudly serving our community, Auburn Toyota is expanding to offer more new Toyota inventory than ever before. Chances are we have the exact Toyota model you want, ready for you to drive home today. With many years of combined sales experience and hundreds of new Toyota cars, trucks, 4x4s, and SUVs, now is the perfect time to buy at Auburn Toyota. Come see why for generations Foothill Toyota buyers buy from Auburn Toyota, which is why we like to say Auburn Toyota is the place where the customers come back.
Welcome back to the start of the second quarter.
We're moving in. It was too noisy with the bell.
Marty Mortensen along with David Kline and Gil Dominguez, and fans are migrating all over the stands. My golfing partner down there watching his son play Garrett Pratt. So here we go. Big pass rush downfield, the pass all alone. He's got it down the sideline, and he steps out of bounds. Boy, that was a big play right there on third down.
Lewis Fudge with the reception. A big tight end.
37, Lewis Fudge.
And Marty, funny enough, Lewis Fudge only has 14 catches on the year, but in his
Really?
last 3 games, he's got 7 receptions for 132 yards and 3 touchdowns. He's a big play kind of guy.
Well, that puts the ball on the Bruin 31-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for Placer. Handoff, number 10, right side, big hole, and he's brought down in there by Bays, it looks like. That is Chapman. Continues to make fine moves out there and picking up big yardage. Brings up 2nd down and about 3. So once again, Placer on the move after that 5-yard penalty that gave him a 1st down. Quick handoff up the middle, and that doesn't go anywhere. Coming up and making that stop. That was Garrett Pratt on the stop.
53 Carpenter on him.
That'll bring up 3rd down and short again for the Placer Hillmen. They don't seem to have too much trouble converting these 3rd downs. Handoff again to 10, a big hole, and he's going to Pratt in there on the stop. I don't know whether he got it or not. His forward motion may have taken him across that 1st down marker.
Depends on where they mark it.
Yeah. Be a 1st down. It was a nice defensive stop in there by Garrett Pratt. So it's 1st and 10 for the Hillmen. Rolling out the pass, looking, and it's almost intercepted, but then it's picked up and it got down close to the goal line. Stuck on the pass, almost was picked off. That could have been a pick 6, David.
Yeah, that was actually just a really well-thrown ball. Chapman actually found just the soft spot in the coverage and just kind of sat there. He stopped on his route and really allowed Stuck to throw a really good ball in there. Catch after the run, takes it right on the goal line.
So that'll bring up 1st and goal from inside the 1. 2 backs in the back. They hand it off again to, that's number 10 as Chapman. And they say that he didn't get it, but we'll find out.
Line of scrimmage for Chapman. Bruin defense stood him up at the 1.
Whole left side of the Bruin line came in and made the stop for no gain. Boy, the nose of the football is almost in the end zone.
One of these plays on the goal line, I really want to see Stuck pull the ball out before the handoff, because he always turns to boot to the other side of the field. If he pulls it out one of these times, there's going to be no Bear River player to stop him. He'll walk in for an easy touchdown. I really want to see one of those happen at some point this season.
He's directing traffic right now, and now they have to call a timeout. They didn't have the right play in. So with goal to goal on 2nd down, they have a timeout on the field, and we'll remind you that you're watching exclusive coverage of Bear River Bruin football on the NorCal Game of the Week, touchdownproductions.com.
Nothing tastes better than a sandwich crafted just the way you like it. And at Port of Subs, our master slicer slices your sandwich fresh to order. We offer top quality meats and cheeses. Add your choice of farm fresh veggies and pile them high on our freshly baked bread. We stand by this classic approach. Why? Because it all comes down to one simple truth. Port of Subs just tastes better. Whatever you crave, prepare to fall in love.
Slice fresh sandwiches, Port of Subs.
Welcome back after the timeout. It's second and goal on the half-yard line, and it's 13-7 in favor of Bear River. Let's see if Bear River can rise to the occasion and hold them here. Stuck, hands off. The 10, he waltzes into the end zone. It looks like touchdown. Placer, and that was Chapman, I believe. Yep, it was. Looked like nobody touched him. The second man through.
Yeah, it was just one of those sweep around run plays that they always like to do and mix up the formations with. But great blocking. Chapman walks in for a touchdown. Now Placer with a chance to take the lead.
So the kick attempt by Meyer, put down and kick. That looks like it's good. No, it's no good. No good. Ties up the score at 13-13. Wow. Sure didn't see that coming. There it is with 9 minutes and 11 seconds left to go in the first half. His score's tied at 13. All right. As the two teams get ready for the kickoff, we'll remind you that you're watching exclusive coverage of Bear River Bruin football on the NorCal Game of the Week at touchdownproductions.com.
Join the fun of Halloween this week at BNC and guess the weight of the giant pumpkin now on display. If you guess the weight correctly, you can win a $50 gift certificate good for anything in the store. It's fun for the whole family, so bring the kids and see the giant pumpkin in person, then make your best guess. And there's still a few days left for the bargains of the month at BNC, home of the giant pumpkin contest.
Well, welcome back to the kickoff here for the Bruins back to receive as the score is tied up now at 13-13. There's a good shot of the Placer faithful down there at the gold mine, and they've got a good fan school turnout here tonight as they come here to watch their Hillmen, and they support them quite well. So here comes the kickoff, back to receive for the Bruins. We got number 27 for the Bruins, and that's Anderson. And number 5, Zimmer. Let's see where they go. It's going to be a short kick again. And a fair catch is called in there wisely by number 17. That is Leonard.
28-yard line, number 17, Jake Leonard.
Yeah, Leonard's back after a concussion protocol from a week ago. And Garrett Pratt is back after having bronchitis last week. So they still have some players making the return, but Bear River can't afford too many players to be out. So here's Baggett rolling out, looking right over the middle, and it's tipped and almost got. Boy, that was a close call there as it was tipped in there. It was intended for Davis.
That's the second time. That's the second time Baggett's hit his receiver literally on the money, and they just dropped it. That one almost costed Baggett an interception. It just flew in the air, but. I mean, Baggett's doing an awesome job. He's keeping the play alive, but his receivers have to give him something. They got to catch the ball. On these crossing routes, they have the room. And Baggett's giving them a good ball. They just got to catch it.
He throws that ball pretty hard. There's a handoff to Moronic around the left side. Got some running room, but he's going to come up, and they're going to get him. He's not going to do anything with that. In on that tackle. That was number 53 or 55. Probably 53. That was Fuller. Made that stop for Placer. That'll bring up 3rd down and long. That sweep hasn't worked very well since Taylor went out. Here's the snap, looking downfield.
This guy's man.
Got him beat. Oh, it's wide open. He caught it. What a play in there that was Calder Cundy. Had he not tripped, that was 6 points.
Well, on the line of scrimmage, we'll look back at it as we see the replay. Anthony Kerrigan was a man in coverage pressed up right at the line, and he slips at the snap. And that's what allowed Cundy to get wide open down the middle of the field, but still, what a play, what a catch, and you're right, Marty. If he stood on his feet, he was gone.
Yeah, he caught it right on the tip of his fingers, and had he not stumbled a little bit, that was 6 points. So here come the Bruins. 3 receivers out to the left. Quick handoff to Zimmer, and Zimmer is wrapped up for maybe a couple-yard gain. Making the tackle in there was Laguna Scott for Placer. Picked up about 2. That'll be 2nd down and 8.
2nd down and 8.
Bruins on the move. 7:23 left to go in this first half. Snap, looking to pass. He's got his man in, threw it too hard. Let's see. That was intended for Pratt, but that ball was thrown like a rifle shot.
That was a low ball, but there's a flag on the play, so we'll have to see what that flag is.
Holding Bruins. So that'll take it back 10 yards.
Holding 67 on the offense. 10-yard penalty, replay, 2nd down.
Cliver. No, he wasn't in the ball game. That must have been 57, Carollo.
2nd down.
There's the snap. Quick pass. Oh, he stiff-armed that one, and he didn't have a chance on that. That was intended for Cundy. Looked like a pretty good play, but he just threw it way too quick, didn't he?
Yeah, he had the edge rusher. They had Kerrigan coming off the edge on a free blitz, and it messes with the rhythm of your throw. That's supposed to be just a quick first-time throw to the flat, but he almost had to sidearm that, and it was low and incomplete, and now it's a big 3rd down and 20.
Yeah, Pratt comes into the ball game. Baggett's got the play. Let's see what they can come up with here. Now a timeout's going to be called, looks like. And the Bruins called timeout as they were kind of unsure of the play situation there. So with timeout on the field, you're watching exclusive coverage of Bear River Bruin football on the NorCal Game of the Week, touchdownproductions.com.
Shopping at SPD is about being local in Grass Valley and Nevada City and buying the freshest produce in town. This week's special is Chateaubriand steak, value pack, bone-in thighs, and thick sliced bacon. And don't forget to order your holiday meat from the SPD Butchers. You'll see real savings on thousands of products every day. So shop where your neighbors shop at SPD Markets in Nevada City and Grass Valley.
Welcome back. 7:08 left to go in this first half. Marty Mortensen along with David Kline and Gil Dominguez as Bruins come up big time here with about 3rd and 23. Let's see if they can put something together here. Obvious passing situation. Rolling out, you got a block. He's got a man right over the middle. Whoa, my goodness. And that was a bad hit. That was Moronic. That's going to give him a 1st down. That was really a cheap shot across the middle. But Moronic held on to that ball. Wow, he took a hit. He's a tough kid, boy. He's a sophomore, huh?
Yeah, he took a shot.
Boy, did he ever. And that might be one of those hits where he gets disqualified. Let's see what they say. Boy, there was no call for that.
There is no foul.
What?
Marty, I'm not surprised. I honestly didn't think that was a cheap shot. It was just a really hard tackle. I didn't think there was anything malicious. We'll look back at the replay. I didn't think there was any helmet-to-helmet contact. I thought they led with the shoulder. It was just a hard hit.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. He got his. You could hear that hit all the way up here in the stands.
And that's a good, clean hit.
So here come the Bruins now. They've got 4th down, and now they shift into Pratt way out to the left, and let's see. They got a pass caught in there by Calder Cundy. Boy, what a play. That threw it over the linebacker's head. and the safeties were coming up from behind and brought it down.
That was a great catch by Cundy. I mean, it was very high. It was almost overthrown, but Cundy went high to catch that and took a couple of hits as he came down with that football. That is great determination to come down with that football, and a great catch. And once again, another good drive coming for Bear River.
Yeah, Cundy's been hurt all week. He got hurt in last week's game, but he's toughing it out. Tough kid. There's a fake, a handoff. Zimmer inside.
Tackle by number 4, Chase Laguna Scott.
So Scott making the tackle there, and I just wondered, okay, Bays is coming in now. Bays got hit pretty hard on a tackle, or on a block, trying to make a tackle, and now he's back in the game. So that was a gain of about 2 yards. Over center now. Hand off to Bays, left side. He drives for about 3 or 4.
Austin Bays to the 18-yard line, the 14-yard line rather.
Brought down by number 55. I don't know who that is. At least I don't think it's. Is it 50? He's got. That might be one of the new players they brought up from the varsity. They put their names on the back of the shirts. I could spot them with these binoculars. 5:25 left to go in this first half. Bear River threatening again. Fake handoff, rolling out. He's got a man in the flat, and he overthrows him. That was intended wide open for Moronic, and he just overthrew him.
Back at the last couple of passes he's thrown, has just been off the mark. I mean, even the one to Cundy where it was overthrown, but Cundy was able to make a really great catch. And these are just simple throws that you expect your starting quarterback to make. And, I mean, Baggins just got to figure it out.
Well, they're sending in the field goal team with Alex Bond. He's got enough leg he was practicing yesterday at practice and making these kicks from this distance. So let's see how he does here. Ball will be spotted on the 21-yard line. It'll be a 31-yard kick. Good snap, put down, kicked, and that looks like it's good. Is it? And it is! Alex Bond, the sophomore, number 1. And he gets a 3-pointer. Somebody got hurt down there. Let's see, is it a cramp? All right, with timeout on the field, the Bruins up by a score of 16-13. I'd like to remind you that you're watching exclusive coverage of Bear River Bruin football on North Cal Game of the Week on touchdownproductions.com.
With nearly 30 years of proudly serving our community, Auburn Toyota is expanding to offer more new Toyota inventory than ever before. Chances are we have the exact Toyota model you want, ready for you to drive home today. With many years of combined sales experience and hundreds of new Toyota cars, trucks, 4x4s, and SUVs, now is the perfect time to buy at Auburn Toyota. Come see why for generations Foothill Toyota buyers buy from Auburn Toyota, which is why we like to say Auburn Toyota is the place where the customers come back.
Welcome back for the start of this kickoff. 5:14 left to go as the Bruins up on top 16-13 here. Let's see what Bond puts. It's going to be a short kick again. And if they could, Bear River covers it nicely on that short kick. Coming up with the ball was number 2, Callahan. They'll take the ball on their own 39-yard line, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Hillmen. This would be a good time for the Bruins to come up with a big stop if they want to keep this momentum.
We'll get a big stop, and Placer got the ball to start the game, so Bear River will get the ball to start the second half.
Here come the Hillmen. Sweep to number 10. He's got plenty of running room, got some good blocks. Going to pick up some big yards. Chapman. Wow. He's this is what happened to Bear River last week on these sweeps by Aarons. Well, now we got Chapman in there for some big yardage. Brought down by Bays. There's a handoff coming around the other side. They've got him cornered in there, but he spins away. And coming up and making the stop there was number 66. That is nicks. But boy, 21 was in there, had him for a loss. Slining.
Yeah, Kerrigan just evaded 2 tackles, spun out of it, just ran with a lot of purpose. They had the edge sealed, but Bear River had the defender coming across to make the play, but Kerrigan just making an awesome play, getting what would have been a loss of 4 or 5, now makes it 2nd and 4.
Very elusive runner there. Handoff once again on that sweep. He cuts it back inside, but no place to go. And Russell down to the ground. That is Carpenter, number thrown for a loss. That was Chapman. Normally he breaks out to the outside, but he cut it back to the inside this time, and he was tackled.
There just wasn't any room. And Bear River's doing a good job of that. They're sealing the edge. They're not allowing, at least most of the time, they're not allowing Placer to get open on the sweeps on the edge. They're doing a really good job defensively. Big 3rd down here.
There it is again. He's going to cut back, and he does. He's going to get the 1st down and more. Well, maybe he's going to be short, looks like.
Maybe a yard short of the 1st down.
Yeah, he's about a good yard short, and I fully expect Placer to go for it on 4th down.
Oh, yeah. It's too far for a field goal to tie it up, and it's... So it'll be a 4th down and just a little over a yard. Let's see if they try to draw him offside again. Nope, and they're going to give it around the sweep. He's got a big hole as they didn't seal it up this time. Down all the way down to about the 20-yard line. Wow. Now there he broke to the outside and had plenty of room. They kind of pinched the middle and...
It was just really good blocking by Placer on that play. The inside was filled up, and so Chapman just bounced it out to the outside and had space, and he makes him pay. Chapman will do that to you. He's a very hard runner. If you give him the open space, he will make you pay.
That'll bring up 1st down. Ball outside the 20, and right up the middle. Goes nowhere, and they stop it. That is Bays in on the tackle. Maybe gain of a little over a yard. That'll bring up 2nd down and 9. .223 in this 1st half. Handoff. First man through, and I got fooled all over the place on that one.
Yeah, that's what Placer will do to you. They have all these kind of formations and different running routes for these running backs to go, but Perez getting up the middle with that carry.
I wouldn't be surprised if you look for a pass here. Clock continues to run, 1:48 and counting. Placer doesn't seem to be in too much hurry. They've got some timeouts left.
Looks like Bear River's actually calling the timeout.
And let's see, Bear River calls a timeout. Stop the clock.
Timeout, Bear River. Timeout, Bruins.
So with 1:43 left to go in this 1st half, we have timeout on the field, and I'd like to remind you that you're watching exclusive coverage of Bear River Bruin football on the NorCal Game of the Week at touchdownproductions.com.
With nearly 30 years of proudly serving our community, Auburn Toyota is expanding to offer more new Toyota inventory than ever before. Chances are we have the exact Toyota model you want, ready for you to drive home today. With many years of combined sales experience and hundreds of new Toyota cars, trucks, 4x4s, and SUVs, now is the perfect time to buy at Auburn Toyota. Come see why for generations Foothill Toyota buyers buy from Auburn Toyota, which is why we like to say Auburn Toyota is the place where the customers come back.
We've got 1:43 left to go in this 1st half. The Placer Hillmen on the drive with 3rd down and about 7. And let's see, is that sweep again, but I thought he was in motion before the ball was snapped.
Chapman
actually got the 1st down on the carry.
I didn't think he made it either. Let's see if they're going to go for a field goal or for the 4th down.
The way the spot is, it looks like they got the 1st down. I'm not sure if they're going to bring out the chain gang to try and measure it. Ooh, they're going to mark it down. Referees will say it's short.
So it's 4th down. Now they have to do is make sure they don't jump offside, but I wonder if they're going to tie it up and go for, no, they're going to go for
I expect Placer to go for this. Their running game has been pretty outstanding so far. Yeah, you're just going to give it right up to Mario Perez. Get that first down. It's easy money right there.
There it is again, and they stop him, but he lunges forward for the first down.
Chapman picks it up.
It was a good tackle, but that was I believe, Bays that came up and made that stop.
1 minute and 1 second left before half.
Yeah, Marshall Chapman getting the fourth down carry right there, and once again, it's a pick your poison. You got Chapman, you got Perez, you got Kerrigan, you even get Brad Bishop running the ball sometimes too.
Looking to pass over the middle, and touchdown Placer.
It's a flag down.
Flag down, hold on.
Marshall Chapman, flag down.
Right, was it in the end zone or the? Let's see what the referee has to say here.
Looks like it's going to stand.
And an illegal substitution on the defense. That penalty is refused.
It will be a touchdown on that penalty against Bear River. So for the first time tonight, with 47 seconds left to go, they have taken the lead. So in to do the extra point is Ryan Meyer.
I'll be right over here. Yep. I'm here for your enjoyment anytime.
Good snap, put down and kicked, and that looks like it's good, and it is. So with 47 seconds left to go in this first half, the Placer Hillmen take the lead for the first time tonight, 20-16. And with timeout on the field, we'll remind you that you're watching exclusive coverage of Bear River Bruin football on the NorCal Game of the Week at touchdownproductions.com.
Nothing tastes better than a sandwich crafted just the way you like it. And at Port of Subs, our Master Slicer slices your sandwich fresh to order. We offer top quality meats and cheeses. Add your choice of farm fresh veggies and pile them high on our freshly baked bread. We stand by this classic approach. Why? Because it all comes down to one simple truth. Port of Subs just tastes better. Whatever you crave, prepare to fall in love.
Slice fresh sandwiches, Port of Subs.
Welcome back, and before the kickoff here, why don't you tell us a little bit about that touchdown pass by Placer?
Yeah, just a play action, Stuck rolling around and finding his man. He's got Chapman in the end zone, and that's Chapman's second touchdown of the game. He's got one receiving, and now he's got an 8-yard touchdown reception to add to his season tally.
Well, they'll be kicking off here. Doing the kicking is Ryan Meyer, and back to receive. I probably don't need to talk about it deep because they're going to kick it somewhat deep this time. It may go out of bounds. Nope, they're going to be picked up in there by Moronic, and he's going to get knocked down about the 20-yard line. So the Bruins will have it 1st and 10 on their own 20 with 42 seconds. What kind of play you want to call here, David?
To be honest, I honestly wouldn't be surprised to see Bear River just take a knee right here. I mean, 42 seconds, and you've got to go 80 yards to get a score. You're getting the ball back in the second half. I don't really see any point in possibly throwing an interception, giving Placer another chance to score before the end of the half. I just say take a knee and get the ball start the second half. But we'll see. I've been very wrong before.
Well, I would say air it out. Let's see what happens. He's rolling out. That's what he's got. And they got a man open, but he underthrows him, it looks like. That was intended for Moronic. Incomplete. 37 seconds now left. Is it 2nd down and 10.
And that's part of my reasoning, Marty, is why I just nailed the ball. Is the past couple possessions and the past couple throws, Baggett's been off his rhythm. He hasn't been finding his receiver in motion. He's been missing the wide open receivers. And in this situation, when you're throwing the ball and you're getting incompletions, you're stopping the clock and potentially giving Placer another chance to score before the end of the half.
That's a good point. But if they can get the ball down the field, maybe they kick a field goal and see what develops out of that. But it's a long way to go here. And they're going to hand it off, and that is to Zimmer.
Zimmer to about the 21-yard line.
And he gets to the 21, the short gain of about 2 yards. And that probably should do it as the clock continues to run here. Yeah, I think they're going to let it run now because they're going to get the ball, like you mentioned, on the kickoff of the second half. Well, they're going to run one more play and see what happens. But it better be a touchdown because they're not going to have enough time left, and they're going to let the clock run down. Baggett looking at the clock, and there's the horn, and that's the end of the first half. We've got a good game on our hands here as the Placer Hillmen now lead for the first time, 20-16. And you're watching exclusive coverage of Bear River Bruin football on the NorCal Game of the Week at TouchdownProductions.com. And we'll be back right after this for the kickoff.
Join the fun of Halloween this week at BNC and guess the weight of the giant pumpkin now on display. If you guess the weight correctly, you can win a $50 gift certificate good for anything in the store. It's fun for the whole family, so bring the kids and see the giant pumpkin in person, then make your best guess. And there's still a few days left for the bargains of the month at BNC, home of the Giant Pumpkin Contest.
Well, welcome back. Just before the start of the kickoff of the second half, Bear River will get the ball. And there's a good shot of co-head coach Terry Logue. He's got a bad hip, and his leg is really bothering him. So he's been sitting down on the sideline there. There he goes again because that leg bothers him. And during the week, during practice, he's in the golf cart. So he's put on some a fine presentation here at Bear River, and we're proud of both Terry and Coach Savoy. So with the kickoff ready to go for the second half, Bear River will receive, and with the call, we got David Kline. Come in, David.
Thank you, Marty. Meyer to kick the ball off. A long kick. It's going to take a bounce in front of the 1 yard line. Trey Moronic on the return, trying to evade a couple defenders near the 30 yard line, trying to take the whole pile with him, out past it. Trey Moronic on the return. Now comes out Luke Baggett and the Bear River offense.
In on that tackle, Scott. He's been putting on quite a show here tonight on defense. So here come the Bruins. Let's see what they can do, Dave.
A big half coming right here for Luke Baggett and the Bear River offense and defense, trailing by 20-16. Baggett come out in the shotgun. Snap. Looking across the middle of the field and misses his man.
Yeah, that was intended for Garrett Pratt, and once again, Baggett's got such an arm. I mean, he throws that ball, and it is really really tough to catch.
But once again, the accuracy issues is with Baggett, as we've seen the past couple of throws, even in the first half. I mean, on the season, he's only completing 52% of his passes. He's going to have to do better than that.
Well, he's been running for his life a lot too. These last few games.
Second down and 10 from the 32-yard line. Baggett taking the snap, rolling. He's going to tuck it and run, trying to evade a couple defenders and taking him down. Brad Bishop only gaining about 4 or 5 yards on the play, sending up 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, Bishop on that stop prevented that from going for big yardage. He did pick up about 5, so that'll bring up 3rd down and 5.
So key 3rd down early on in this second half.
That's what I was going to say too. This is they've got to keep this drive alive after receiving this opening kickoff because they can't keep Placer on the offense.
3rd down and 5 from the 37-yard line. Baggett in the shotgun takes a snap, looking to his right, trying to evade a couple defenders, and the ball's batted as he tries to throw it. Batted down by number 77, Colton McElroy. And a big 3rd down stop by the Placer defense.
Yeah, that was big as he had a lane open up over there, and with some blockers out in front on it. It looked like a little screen pass they were going to throw out in the flat. Now Bond has to come in and punt.
So 3 and out for Bear River to start the second half. Back to return for Placer. Brad Bishop, Marshall Chapman back there. Bond, solid punt. It's going to take a nice bounce, but Chapman's going to pick it up, and he gets tackled almost immediately past the 31-yard line. Logan Jenkins in on the tackle.
Yeah, Jenkins, very nice coverage on that, and no yardage at all after the catch. Jenkins right in on top of him, threw him down to the ground, so they'll take over on their own 31, and They haven't had any problem moving the ball tonight.
That they have not, all based on the running game with Mario Perez, Marshall Chapman, Anthony Kerrigan. Let's see what they do here. First down and 10 from the 31-yard line. 10:53 left to go in this third quarter. Placer with the ball up by 4. Stuck under center, sends Marshall Chapman in motion. The play action, it's going to be a wraparound handoff to Kerrigan up the middle for a gain of a couple.
Yeah, it looked like Nix on that tackle along with 58, which we haven't talked about him. That's Jared Bays. That's Austin Bays' brother and younger brother is a junior, and he is a very good player. This is his first game this season. Stopped him for just a couple.
Second down and 8. Stuck.
Pass.
Play action. Looks to his right. And he gets hit as he throws, and the ball wobbles and falls incomplete. Good job by the Bear River defensive line to get in the face of Michael Stuck.
Yeah, that was a good rush in there by Bays. And threw that timing off, and that ball was almost tipped high enough to where the Bear River might have had a chance to get it. So that'll bring up second down and third down. It is third down. That's right. He didn't flip the sign quick enough for me.
So a big third down now here for the Bear River defense to try and get the ball back to their offense and Luke Baggett. But need to make the stop right here. Stuck. Rolls out to his right. Finds his man. He's got Warren. He comes back and gets a first down as he makes a little juke move and gets pushed out of bounds almost near the 50-yard line. But first down for Placer.
Well, yeah, Cundy on the coverage, but he started like he was going to go deep, and then he turned around and stopped, came back. The ball was right there. The pass rush from Bear River was really halted nicely by the front line of the offense for the Placer Hillmen.
Great route running by Travis Warren, the leading receiver for the Placer Hillmen offense. Sets up first down and 10 from their own 46-yard line. Stuck. Sends Chapman in motion. Gives it off up the middle to Perez. And Perez putting his head down and taking a couple defenders with him out near the first down marker.
Yeah, Zimmer and Moronic on the tackle, but boy, that's some good running there. Might be just a little bit short.
Officially 9 yards on the.
And that's what it will be. So set up second down in less than a yard.
They continue to grind it out.
And that's what this Placer team is good at doing. They grind out these wins, and they do it in an incredible fashion. Second down and 1 from the 44-yard line. Stuck. Under center, hands it off up the middle to Perez once again. And this time he's got the first down.
Pratt in on the tackle along with Carpenter. Just got the yard for the first down, but they moved the chains, so it'll be first and 10 again on the Bear River 41-yard line.
9 minutes left to go in this third quarter. Placer on offense with the ball with a 4-point lead. Stuck. Breaks the huddle quickly, comes out under center. Gives it to Perez once again up the middle. Perez has room to work with. He keeps on going past the 30-yard line. We're actually right down at the 30-yard line. Another first down gain for Mario Perez.
Boy, that hole opened up. He hit it and dug those legs in and picked up about 13 yards on that Pratt in on the tackle.
Mario Perez's third straight carry sets up Placer first down at the Bear River 29-yard line. Cameron Bemis out wide at receiver.
We haven't seen Chapman in here at this start of this second half.
Stuck. Hands the ball off once again up the middle to Perez, his 4th straight carry now. This one will go for minimal gain, call about 3.
Short gain for Perez. Second down.
Second down and about 8.
Stuck taking his time getting out of the huddle. No reason to hurry. He's got the drive going pretty solid. It's going to be a wraparound handoff to Brad Bishop on the opposite side. Doesn't really gain much yardage. Called about a 2-yard gain. Good defensive stop by Bear River. A lot of confusion on that handoff.
That was Pratt again on that tackle. He read that nicely. And so it picks up a couple. That'll bring up 3rd down and about 5.
And that it will be in, once again, another big 3rd down coming for Placer's offense, but a big 3rd down coming for Bear River's defense.
Haven't seen Marshall Chapman in here for this start of this second half.
I don't see him out on this 3rd down play, but nevertheless, stuck under center. He's going to hand off up the middle once again, Perez, and he's got the first down a lot more. He tries to break out of it and down past near the 10-yard line. Once again, it's Mario Perez. We got a
74. That's Joey Capra. He is slow getting up here.
Struggling just a little bit, but just got the wind knocked out of him a little bit.
He's a big kid there, and he's only a junior.
So after another Mario Perez big rush, sets up 1st down and 10 from the 14-yard line from Bear River. Stock under center.
Inside, there's
a handoff once again. That's Chapman. He spins out of it. And finally taken down, getting the 1st down inside the 5-yard line. Down at the 4-yard line is Marshall Chapman.
I got a Bear River player slow to get up. Let's see who that is. That is 66. That's Trey Nix. He's the center. Can't afford to lose him.
1st down, goal to go.
1st and goal for the. Now a timeout called.
Timeout Bear River. Timeout Bruins.
So Bear River calls the 1st timeout of the half.
With timeout on the field, you're watching exclusive coverage of Bear River Bruin football on the NorCal Game of the Week. TouchdownProductions.com.
Are you ready to buy or sell your home or property? Placer Title is your local title and escrow company located right here in the heart of Nevada County. We combine the stability of a national insurer with all the benefits of on-site title and escrow professionals. Being voted the best title company by the union readers for the past 7 years is a true testament to our local roots and unparalleled customer service. Stop by one of our 2 convenient locations and thank you for keeping your business local.
So 1st down and goal from the 4-yard line for the Placer Hillmen offense. 6:49 left to go in this 3rd quarter. Placer with the ball up by 4 points, 20-16. Stock under center. Gets the ball off to Perez. He tries to fight through a couple of defenders, but winds up short of the goal line. Down at the 1.
We got somebody down there that's hurt now for the Bruins.
And so we'll take a quick break. We'll remind you you're watching exclusive coverage of Bear River Bruin football on the NorCal Game of the Week at TouchdownProductions.com. We're back for a 2nd down and goal from the 1-yard line. Aaron Sassville, the big senior defensive tackle, coming out in the last play, walking off in his own power. But now 2nd down and goal from the 1-yard line, going up the middle. Get a signal and it's touchdown, Placer. Mario Perez with a 1-yard rush touchdown.
Mario Perez.
That touchdown. Has he scored one earlier tonight or not?
No, that is his first touchdown of the night. Yeah.
And we didn't see much of him on that on the first half, did we?
He got a lot of carries in this past drive.
Oh, okay.
So now Ryan Meyer on to kick the extra point. Snap is down, kick is up, and it is good. So 6:24 left to go in the 3rd quarter after Mario Perez 1-yard rushing touchdown gives Placer the 27-16 lead. Remind you you're watching exclusive coverage of Bear River Bruin football on the NorCal Game of the Week at TouchdownProductions.com.
Shopping at SPD is about being local in Grass Valley and Nevada City and buying the freshest produce in town. This week's special is Chateaubriand steak, value pack, bone-in thighs, and thick sliced bacon. And don't forget to order your holiday meat from the SPD Butchers. You'll see real savings on thousands of products every day. So shop where your neighbors shop at SPD Markets in Nevada City and Grass Valley.
And we're back, 6:24 left to go in the third quarter. And Marty, on that last drive, it was pretty much all Mario Perez.
Yeah, no doubt about that. He took it all himself, a workhorse down to start that drive. And he ends up taking it in on a short handoff for 2 yards into the end zone, and that brings the score to 27-16. So the Bruins cannot afford to go 3 and out again.
Meyer on to kick this ball away. Once again, another short kick and waving for the fair catch on the far side of the field.
That was
like
Pratt with the fair catch. And
so now on comes Luke Baggett and the Bear River offense down by 11, and this is a pretty crucial drive, right, Marty?
They've got to score something here because every time Placer gets the ball, they've been scoring lately, and so they've Bear River cannot afford a 3 and out here.
So on trots, Luke Baggett, senior quarterback. First down and 10 from the 25-yard line. Baggett in the shotgun, takes a snap. Looking, finds a man across the middle, and he has him out past the 30-yard line, 35, past the 40, and dragged down.
That was moronic for a big gain, 12 yards. He only had one man to beat, and it was a great touchdown-saving tackle in there by Kerrigan. I mean, he was off to the races on that. That's the same play he scored on last week. Right on the money. Of course, he had Calder Cundy wide open about 5 yards behind the defender, so that he had both receivers to throw to there.
Baggett. Now after the completion, first down attempt from the 43 under center. Hands the ball off to his back.
That's Zimmer.
Stopped immediately. That, as you said, Zimmer on the carry and met immediately by a wall of Placer defensive linemen.
That was number 77, McElroy on that, the junior. This Placer team is very solid. They got a lot of juniors on the team, not many seniors, but boy, their whole roster's full of juniors.
That's got to be scary for the other teams coming back next year.
Yep.
You're going to see the same exact team, pretty much.
Plus the JV players are just as big and strong too.
Baggett taking the snap, looks out in the flat for his running back, making the catch, but actually losing a couple yards on the play. Calder couldn't.
That was Cundy on that pass, and Kerrigan came up and made a great stop. So once again, Bear River is in 3rd and long.
4:50 left to go in the third quarter. Bear River trailing by 11. 3rd down and 11 now from the 43. They're Baggett finding Cundy for a loss on the play.
So Cundy caught that pass, but ended up not getting many yards.
Now 3rd down and 11. Baggett, play action. Fudge almost had him. The backfield, he's got to roll out to his right. He's trying to beat the last defender and taken down for a sack. Number 64, I believe.
No, it was 67. It was Curtis Staggs.
So Staggs getting the 3rd down stop. And now 4th down for Bear River, and once again, they're going to have to punt the football away.
Yeah, well, they didn't go 3 and out, but they might as well have because they didn't move the ball much down the field. So Bond in to kick again.
You have Brad Bishop and Marshall Chapman back to return the punt. Bond, punt goes to the near side of the field. Chapman's waiting for the fair catch and will be caught at the 25-yard line.
Number 10, Marshall
Chapman signals that fair catch. It's a good thing because Bear River was all over him. That looked like Nick's down there on that, ready to tackle him.
So now Michael Stuck in the offense coming back out with an 11-point lead. 3:40 left to go in this third quarter.
World Series. Game 3.
First down and 10 from the 24-yard line.
Well, some are saying that. It's 5-3 in the ninth.
Stuck under center. Chapman in motion. He'll get it, but a double reverse coming across. And gaining not that many yards on the play.
Didn't fool Moronic on that because he came back and made that stop for maybe a yard gain.
And Kerrigan getting that reverse up the middle for a gain of 1. So it's now 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, that game has gone final. Astros beat the Dodgers 5-3.
Stuck.
5-3. Astros beat the Dodgers.
Breaking the huddle. He's got his receiver Bemis out wide to the near side of the field. Taking the snap, gives it off to Chapman on the sweep. And great tackle, getting in the backfield, limiting Chapman's gain.
That was Carpenter on that tackle that saved a big gain there. They haven't stopped Marshall Chapman very much tonight at all.
So now it'll be 3rd down and 6.
They haven't had much problem with 3rd downs tonight, converting. And then if they don't make it, no matter where they are on the field, they go for the 4th down conversion, and they haven't. I don't think they've punted yet tonight, have they? I don't remember.
Stuck, rolling to his left, trying to find his man off the out route, making the catch. Oh, and it falls incomplete. Travis Warren, the intended receiver. Warren almost had it for a quick second, but couldn't come down with it.
Yeah, that was Travis Warren, and that was a good defensive work in there. Was that Cundy? Or was it Moronic? I couldn't. They switched back and forth on the coverage.
Either way, Bear River gets a 3rd down stop, and they will be getting the football back. And Cundy is actually back to return the kick.
Yeah, Bemis on the kick. I think this is his first punt tonight.
Bemis back. Wants the ball away. Almost gets blocked, actually. I think they got a tip on it.
Yeah, and he hacked it right out of bounds. A little shank. That was good pressure in there by the Bruins. And that was, that was Moronic.
So Moronic gets the tip on the football off the punt, and Bear River will get awesome field position. They'll get it at the 32-yard line.
So Bear River's got a good opportunity here. They've got to capitalize with 2:22 left.
Baggett breaking the huddle. 1st down and 10 from the 32-yard line. He's got five wide in the shotgun. He's looking to his left, and he's way off the mark with that throw.
Looks like that slipped out of his hand.
Another incompletion as Baggett walks over the sideline to get the call from the coach.
They need to pick up a few yards along the way if they don't get the touchdown, but at least advance the ball past the chains a couple times so they can get an opportunity at a field goal because they're 2 scores down here.
And Bond certainly looks like he's got the leg to kick it from 35, 40 yards.
He does. He's kicked 50 yards in practice.
2nd down and 10 from the 32-yard line. Baggett under center in the I formation. Play action. Rolling to his right. Has his man wide open on the sideline, making the catch. Moronic.
Yeah, there's a flag, it looks like, too, wasn't there? Did the flag come down? Yeah, that was Moronic.
So flag down. Moronic didn't get enough yardage for the 1st down. He'll be just shy, depending on what the call is on the field. We'll have to see.
Face mask.
Face mask against Placer. So 1st down for Bear River.
Face mask, 5 yards on the defense, number 33. Headed to the end of the run, results in a 1st down.
That's Colin Wright.
So now the Bruins are in the red zone. 1st down and 10 from the 18.
There's a handoff to Bays.
Bays, the big back, the big fullback getting the carry, getting a couple of yards inside the 15-yard line.
Brought down in there by Callahan.
Just under 2 minutes left to go in this 3rd quarter. Bear River just inside the red zone, trailing by 11, needing to score here. Baggett in the I formation. Once again, play action. He's going to wrap around the end around to Moronic. He tries to cut it back upfield, but stopped. Great play by Placer on the defensive end.
All right, Placer came up. They've watched that on the game films because they weren't fooled at all. Had faked the bays up the middle, and then they turned around and handed it off to Moronic. But like that play goes for big yardage if Taylor's in there. But Taylor's on the sideline, number 22. If you can zoom down there, Gil, and there he's on the sideline. That's that's the Bear River key running back, and there he is on the sideline. Boy, he's a senior. Wish he was in there. And he's going to be knocked out of his basketball season also. So a tough break.
Baggett, third down. He finds his man and off the mark once again, trying to find his receiver. Looks like that was Moronic once again, and a fourth down now.
So Bond's coming in to attempt another field goal.
That's going to bring up fourth down.
Let's see, this ball will be spotted on the...
It's going to be on the 14-yard line.
Yeah, where he's going to kick it from is going to be about the 27. Bond attempt to kick field goal.
Bond from 27 yards.
Oh, low
snap. The kick is up, and it's a line drive, but it is good.
Oh, boy. That was a low snap, but that was Jenkins on the hold and set it up right, and Bond kicked it through. That closes the gap to 27-19.
So Bond kicks his second field goal of the night, and that cuts the lead to 8 for Bear River. We'll be right back. We'll remind you you're watching exclusive coverage of Bear River Bruin football on the NorCal Game of the Week at touchdownproductions.com.
With nearly 30 years of proudly serving our community, Auburn Toyota is expanding to offer more new Toyota inventory than ever before. Chances are we have the exact Toyota model you want, ready for you to drive home today. With many years of combined sales experience and hundreds of new Toyota cars, trucks, 4x4s, and SUVs, now is the perfect time to buy at Auburn Toyota. Come see why for generations Foothill Toyota buyers buy from Auburn Toyota, which is why we like to say Auburn Toyota is the place where the customers come back.
So after an Alex Bond 37-yard field goal kick, brings Bear River to within 8 points, trailing 19-27, just under 40 seconds left to go. Bond now to kick the ball away to Placer.
Oh, there's a penalty flag. Let's see what happened. May have been an offside. We'll see.
They blew the play immediately dead, and the returner, Jorge Maldonado, didn't.
Did he signal for a fair catch?
I don't believe he signaled for a fair catch, but maybe they're just calling it where it is. Maybe he did signal and we didn't see it.
Well, apparently that's where they're going to spot it.
I believe the call is that the Placer player called for a fair catch. So the ball will be spotted.
So it will be Michael Stuck in the Placer offense. First down and 10 from the 25-yard line. 38 seconds left to go in this third quarter. Stuck giving the ball up to Perez.
Oh, big
flag is down, but Perez has got room to work with and trying to evade the defender, bringing him down. Finally is Moronic, but a flag thrown at the immediate start of the play, and we'll have to see where that might be called.
Flag down.
It's got. I would think it's going to be coming back because that was right in the backfield. Illegal procedure.
Yeah. So illegal procedure, illegal formation on Placer. So negate the big run by Mario Perez.
Boy, you should have seen that block that opened up that hole for him. Whoa.
Snap. We had a false start on the offense. 5 yards previous spot. Replay first down.
Wow, that was a big break for the Bruins there. They see they can't capitalize here. They've had some big plays run against them tonight.
So back on 5 yards, first down and 15 from the 20-yard line. Stuck. And the ball off to Perez once again. He's got room to work with. He's got the lane. He's past the 50-yard line. One man to beat. Past the 40. Yeah. Past the 30 and taken down at the 30-yard line. Mario Perez getting that one back after the false start. Denied his last big gain.
That was Cundy on that tackle. He was the last one between him and the goal line. Wow.
Mario Perez once again coming up huge for the Placer offense. Set up first down and 10 now from the 30-yard line. Clock ticking, under 15 seconds left to go. Perez on the handoff once again, right up the middle. And he tumbles past the 20-yard line for another Placer first down.
Boy, I tell you, he's just running all over the Bear River defense. Bear River Bears take two guys and just key on him, huh?
And a good sign for Bear River. Aaron Sassville coming back into the game, the big defensive tackle.
So Sassville, he recovered from that cramp that he had at the end of the third quarter right now.
So end of the third quarter, 12 minutes left of football to play. Placer with a 27-19 lead. We'll be back for the fourth quarter. You're watching exclusive coverage of Bear River Bruin football on the NorCal Game of the Week at touchdownproductions.com.
Hey, hon, remember the guys are coming over later to watch the game.
Make a play for winning trays from Portisubs. We have the perfect tray for every game and every fan. So use your app or order online today.
Make Portisubs your destination.
So first down and 10, stuck into the ball off to Perez once again, and Perez turning those legs at the 10-yard line. Perez has had his name called numerous times in the second half.
Update there midway through the third quarter, and things have tightened up between center and Colfax. Center 28, Colfax 27.
Ooh, and we're getting word now from the PA announce that Colfax has a 27-20 lead over center in that game. And that has playoff applications. Second down and 3 now from the 9-yard line. And Perez, for the first time in a while, not really going anywhere in his carry.
Yeah, that play didn't go for any at all. There was good coverage by the Bruin front line. They've got third down and about 2 now.
Third down and about 3.
Just under 11 minutes left to go in this football game. Placer with a third down and 3 from the 9-yard line with an 8-point lead. Stock under center, takes a quick snap. Kerrigan on the sweep. He's got room to work with. He breaks the edge and walks in for a Placer touchdown, but
9 yards out.
And will be called a touchdown. We're confused. The PA announcer almost called offside. But will be Ryan Kerrigan with a 9-yard touchdown rush.
I don't see any flag on the field, so they now coming in to kick is number 18, Ryan Meyer. That's a big touchdown right there as they march down for 70 yards and score again.
Meyer on the point after attempt. It is up, and it is good. Make it 34-19 with 10:41 left to go in this football game. We'll be back for Bear River's next offensive possession. We'll remind you you're watching exclusive coverage of Bear River Bruin football on the NorCal Game of the Week at touchdownproductions.com.
Thank you, Doug. Saving the whole rodeo.
And Marty, there he is on the sideline looking for his 6th consecutive PVL title, head coach Joey Montoya.
Yeah, he's in this game. There's no question about it. He's going for his 5th consecutive title in the PVL. So here's the kickoff.
Meyer kicks it short, fielded it at the 25-yard line and taken down past the 35-yard line.
That was Pratt who fielded that ball. It gives Bear River good field position on their own 36-yard line, and we're ready to. Yeah, Bear River's got they've got some points to make up. Oh, that's my mistake on that. Going for Joey Montoya is going for his 6th consecutive title. in the PVL. Apologize for that.
And now Baggett in the shotgun, 1st down and 10. Takes a snap, looking across the middle of the field. He's got his man and tackled just short of the 40-yard line. Garrett Pratt on the reception.
Yeah, that play has been open all season long, and but they hardly call it.
But Marty, at this point in the game, you're going to need points and you're going to need another possession. At what point do you start throwing the ball down the field instead of these short crossing routes?
Well, the thing is, the pass rush is so severe that he doesn't have much time. He's either running away from the pressure or he's stepping into it. So let's see what happens here. They shift.
Moronic now in the backfield. He'll get the carry off the sweep. He's got blockers in front of him. Tries to break the edge past the 50-yard line and taken out in Placer territory. A nice rush by Trey Moronic.
Hey, he's only a sophomore and put on a good run there. Has been playing well defensively, and he's a real major asset for this football team. And the next 3 years, his junior and senior year, he can really do something here for Bear River.
1st down and 10 from the Placer 46-yard line. Just under 10 minutes left to go in this football game. Once again, another shift where Moronic comes in the backfield. Play action, though. Baggett's looking down the field. He's looking deep down the left-hand side and overthrows his receiver, Calder Kundi.
Kundi was double covered in there, and he didn't really have much chance of getting that ball. The ball was overthrown. It was a good play. That was a play fake like it was before. I mean, where Moronic had taken and picked up that big yardage, and now this time they fake to him and they go for the pass.
2nd down and 10 from the 46-yard line. 9:50 left to go in the 4th quarter. Bear River operating with a 15-point deficit. Baggett, play action, rolling to his right. Looking down, he's got his man wide open and making the catch on the sideline near the 20-yard line. Dylan Scott.
Scott on that great, he made a couple of nice moves, broke to the sideline, and that ball was right on the money. So Bear River threatening now as they move the ball down to about the 24-yard line.
That's one of the better throws I've seen Luke Baggett make tonight. That was a beautiful throw.
Baggett to Scott, 1st down Bruins.
So gain of 23 on that play. Sets up 1st down and 10 from the 23-yard line for Luke Baggett on the Bear River offense. Under center, hands it off to the up back. Not gaining much yardage. That's
looked like Zimmer.
Yeah, Zimmer on the carry.
On the stop, 53 is Fuller. Joey Montoya over there on the sideline, boy, he is really animated, and he's always has had good teams, and he's a good coach. I think you can all count their team value on him.
Baggett, play action, rolling to his right once again. He's looking back. He's trying to set up the screen. He points to his man, tries to take a shot. He's got his man in the end zone. Touchdown, Bear River, but a late flag. We'll have to see if that stands. There's a late flag thrown at the 20-yard line.
That was Kundi.
And you hear the size of the Bear River crowd.
Yeah. Let's see what the call is.
So it's an ineligible receiver downfield on Bear River, so erase that big touchdown play.
That was the second time tonight that a big play has been called back. This time it was a touchdown.
Got an ineligible man downfield, number 66. 5 yards, previous spot, replay, 2nd down.
Trey Nix, the center.
And on that play, they tried to set up that halfback screen to the opposite side, and by that time, the linemen are already starting to make their way down the field to make their blocks. But Baggett didn't have his first option open, so that's why he motioned to Kundi to make that play towards the end zone. So erase a 23-yard touchdown catch by Kundi. Now sets up 2nd down and 12 from the 25-yard line.
So that touchdown called back for the Bruins, and now they've got their work cut out for him now.
Baggett in the I formation, rolls to his left. He's got some Placer Hillmen taking him, but he's going to take off and run with it. And now past the 20-yard line, gaining a couple of yards. Baggett on the scramble.
Flag down.
But another flag down late.
Let's see what the call is.
I think this might be going against Bear River again. Oh, it's actually going to be offside. Looks like on Placer. Let's see the official call.
Oh, personal foul.
Personal foul on Placer.
Wow.
Penalty is going to be against Placer, a 15-yarder.
That'll move Bear River deep into Placer territory here. 8:48 left to go.
Personal foul, 25 on the defense. Half distance to the goal. First down.
So personal foul on Placer sets up first down and 10 from, first down and goal from the 10-yard line. Baggett sends his man in motion on the handoff. Looks like it's Moronic. He tries to break the edge and running into multiple Placer defenders. But Moronic gets a gain of about 5.
They tried to turn that corner. He did pick up some yardage. See where they spot the ball down about the 6, it looks like. So it'll be second down and 6 for a touchdown.
Clock is stopped at 8:39. Bear River down by 15, needing a score on this possession. Second down and goal from the 6. Hand off the middle to Bays, and he's stopped. Great penetration by the Placer defense.
Bays hit low by Zarin Fuller. 1-yard pickup.
Bring up third down now. Let's see what they call for. They need two scores. Let's see if they're going to call a timeout here. Nope.
Clock running now under 8:10.
Third down, goal to go from the 4.
The third down and goal from the 4-yard line. They need this play, and I'm sure if they don't get this, they're going to be going for a fourth down.
I would think so.
Baggett sending his man in motion. On the end around once again, he's got Moronic trying to break the edge. Moronic, he reaches out, but he's just short.
He's down to about the 1-yard line, I think.
Just short.
Down to about the 1-yard line.
Now this is where you bring in Bays for the 4 yards and a cloud of dust. That's Austin Bays.
So just short of the goal line was Trey Moronic. Now sets up fourth down and goal from the 1. This is basically the game right here. And
somebody called the timeout, looks like.
Timeout Bear River.
Oh, Bear River called that timeout?
Yeah.
That's their second one then. Oh, this is exciting. 7:35 left, and okay, this is the ball game here.
All right, fourth down and goal from the 1-yard line. 7:35 left to go. Bear River down by 15.
Fourth down and goal.
Luke Baggett.
Bays is in there.
Yeah, Bays is in there. The big fullback, 6'1", 230 pounds. He gets the handoff.
No, that didn't go, and he didn't make it. I don't think so.
Short of the goal line.
Oh, see who was that handoff?
Travis Carpenter actually got the carry.
Yeah.
And he is short of the goal line, so it's a fourth down turnover.
Wow. 1 yard, all they needed.
A big miss by Bear River.
Big defensive stand by Placer at this point in time with 7:31 left to go in this ball game. How crucial is that?
I guess the only good side to them not getting the fourth down is they have Placer backed in within the 1-yard line.
Yeah, but they can score from anywhere on this field. That Placer is just a scoring machine here.
First down and 10 within the 1-yard line, and Bear River jumps offside.
Just making those crucial mistakes when.
Got a dead ball encroachment on the defense. 5 yards. Replay first down.
So give Placer's offense a little bit of breathing room now as they put the ball at the 6-yard line. .7:31 left to go in this football game. Placer with the ball up by 15. Stock under center. Hand the ball off to Chapman. I'm sorry, not to Chapman. Looks like it's to Perez. He's got nowhere to go. He actually loses a couple of yards on the play, loses about 2.
With the forward momentum.
That was Jared Bays in on the tackle.
It's a good thing they got that penalty. Otherwise, I was going to say.
Well, the clock continues to run. That's Placer's. That's Bear River's biggest enemy right now.
And because Bear River took that timeout on before the fourth down play, they're down to 1 timeout for the rest of the game.
Placer's in no hurry here.
2nd down and 6 from the 4. Stock hands the ball off to Chapman, getting back to the line of scrimmage for no gain. Sets up 3rd down.
Carpenter in on that tackle. That'll bring up 3rd down. But the clock continues to run. Well, how big was that touchdown being called back? And then that stop.
Yeah, that was a bunch of odd sequences. You had the eligible receiver downfield on the Cundy touchdown grab. Then you had a personal foul by Placer. And then, of course, the 4th down stop by Placer's defense. But now Stock throwing it on 3rd down. He looks down the middle of the field. He's got Chapman wide open. Past the 40-yard line. 1st down, Placer.
Pass complete to Marshall Chapman up to the 40.
What a grab.
Officially at the 39.
Wow. What a big play that was. Well, they ran the ball 2 times, not much yardage, and then put it in the air.
And Marty, after this game, we're going to eventually have to pick a player of the game.
Well,
Marshall Chapman isn't a bad shout.
No, I think you're absolutely right. We got Bill Slayton's son, trucking player of the game, is looking very likely to go to Chapman.
Perez on the carry gets about 9 on the rush.
There's another candidate right there, 24, and that is Perez. He has just done a whale of a job here tonight, making some big runs, getting some big 1st downs when they were needed.
So Placer in no hurry to get the snap off or even break the huddle. Will be 2nd down and 1 from the 49-yard line when they do. Travis Warren coming out to the near side of the field out wide. Stock under center. He's got Kerrigan in motion. You'll get the handoff. He's breaking the edge, and a late flag comes in as Kerrigan gets past the 35-yard line down at the 32, but a couple of flags actually down on the play, so we'll have to see if that stands.
That was Allberg in on with one of the Placer players. I don't know what they're going to call, but there was a little extracurricular activity going on right there.
We'll check the penalty at midfield.
Looks like they're going to step it off against holding against Placer.
So we'll be holding on Placer, so back him up 10 yards.
Clock stop, 5:06.
Offense, number 10. 10-yard penalty.
Chapman goes for the big run on the last play and then cost him 10 yards on the next play.
To the 40-yard line. 2nd down and 9.
2nd down and 9. 5:06 left to go in this football game. Placer driving up by 15.
Clock starts to run again. Placer in no hurry as they have a commanding lead here. That Bear River could have cut it down to 1 score, but
Stock now under center. Gets the ball off to Perez. He's got room to work with. He's got his blockers downfield. Perez shakes off a tackle, shakes off another one. He can't evade the last defender down past the 35-yard line.
That's Anderson saved the tackle right there, number 27 for the Bruins. Boy, I don't know. Perez is, wow.
Gain of 25 yards.
He is just breaking the back of these Bruin fans here tonight.
Perez really coming on in the 2nd half, really being the bell cow for this offense. In the 1st half, we saw a lot of Marshall Chapman, but in this half, we're seeing a ton of Mario Perez. And he's showing no signs of stopping, the big senior back. Now the clock continues to run just under 4 minutes and 20 seconds. 1st down and 10 from the Bear River 35-yard line. Now Kerrigan will get off the sweep. He's got blocks. He cuts it back inside the middle of the field and running into a bunch of Bear River defenders, getting about 5 yards on the play.
Anderson in there along with Nix on that tackle.
Came in from the safety spot and tackled him.
Davis comes into the ball game. Well, it brings up a big second down in about 6, huh?
Yeah, second down and 5 from the 30. Stuck under center. And the ball off to Perez once again. He breaks out the first tackle. And my gosh, Perez is running with authority down past the 20-yard line.
Inside the 20, another Placer first down.
Wow. Well, I think at this point in time in the game with 3:16 left and Perez is running like a well-oiled machine, I think we've got he's a senior, and Bill Slayton's son's Player of the Game award tonight. I think at least my vote's going to go for Mario Perez.
That's a good shout. I was campaigning for Chapman earlier on, but I mean Perez has absolutely taken over the second half with some very big, very huge runs. First down and 10 now from the 18-yard line. Perez gets his name called once again, and this time gaining about only 6 yards on the play.
And even when they slow him up at the line of scrimmage, he moves forward for another 4 or 5 yards.
Those big legs keep on churning. The senior, Mario Perez. Placer can continue to take their time. Stuck coming into the huddle. Just under 2 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in this football game. Placer still with a 15-point lead. Stuck to Perez once again. And getting the first down inside the 10-yard line.
Perez, another short gainer, this time down to about the 9-yard line.
Actually, it'll be just short of the first down marker.
Well,
It'll be a first down.
Actually will.
Yep,
Take it back.
For the Hillmen.
They continue to grind the ball. This drive started on their own 1-yard line after they stopped the Bruins. After they stopped the Bruins on that fourth down.
Perez getting the handoff.
Fumble.
Well, actually, it looks like Stuck.
Ball is loose.
This handle the exchange.
Bays has got it.
So Bear River have a slight sense of life back in them. 1:54 and 1 timeout, but they're still down by 2 possessions.
Austin Bays comes up with that big stop and fumble recovery.
Bruins will take over.
So the exchange between Stuck and Perez on the handoff wasn't there. And a turnover by the Placer Hillmen. And as I mentioned before, Bear River now has to go 90 yards and then get the ball back again. Trailing by 15.
Oh, but now look back at that game. How big was that stop at 4th and 1 at the goal line? Wow. Bear River just struggling.
Baggett has to air it out now. Rolling to his right. He's got his receiver. That's Cundy. Out past the 20-yard line. Has to get out of the bounds, and that's what he does. Out past the 25-yard line. Getting the first down, a gain of 15.
25-yard line. That's going to be a Bruins first down, and the clock will stop.
1:47 left to go in this ball game. Just going for pride now for the Bruins.
First down and 10 from the 25. Baggett comes out under center, an empty backfield. Takes a snap, rolls to his right, finds his man, and tackled immediately.
Baggett pass complete.
Making the catch, Cundy, but he caught the ball inbounds, and the clock continues to run under 1:38.
Well, yeah, you're right. It went down to 1:20.
The clock continues to run. The Bear River crowd asking for a little bit of urgency from their offense.
Well, it's going to be a miracle. They need a big touchdown pass here if they're going to get back in this game here with only almost less than a minute.
Baggett rolling to his right. He's actually going to take off and run. Evades the sack and lunging forward and takes a couple hits as he lunges forward.
Man.
I'm past the 30-yard line. Baggett taking unnecessary shots.
All right, we've got third down. Third down and about 4 for the Bruins here with 34 seconds left to go. Here's Baggett looking to pass downfield. The wobbler is going to be intercepted, and it is. It looks like pass is intercepted, and that is number 7. That's
at the line of scrimmage. Well, actually,
Travis Warren. Let's see what the flag is. Personal foul, roughing the passer. So that interception is not goes for naught. So now the Bruins have life with 19 seconds left to go.
Got a personal foul, roughing the passer on the defense. 15 yards, previous spot, automatic first down.
So the Bruins will have life left a little bit with 19.7 seconds left to go. Baggett comes in over center. Let's see if he tries to a quick handoff. That looks like Zimmer over the right side, and that could be the end of the game as the clock continues to run down. They got one timeout left, but the fans don't think they'll use it, and they don't, and the clock runs down. Bear River put on a good fight here tonight. They had the lead a couple of times. Placer continues their undefeated march so far here in this Pioneer Valley League as they go now to 4-0. And that wrap it up for tonight as the Placer Hillmen come out on top by a score of 34-19. And a gallant effort by the Bruins, who are outmatched, and here at Bear River High School as both teams congratulate each other, and we'll go down on the field for the Player of the Game award tonight. On the it'll be awarded to Mario Perez on the Bill Slade & Sons Player of the Game. So with timeout on the field at the end of the game, I'd like to remind you you're watching exclusive coverage of Bear River football right here on your NorCal Game of the Week, touchdownproductions.com.
Join the fun of Halloween this week at BNC and guess the weight of the giant pumpkin now on display. If you guess the weight correctly, you can win a $50 gift certificate good for anything in the store. It's fun for the whole family, so bring the kids and see the giant pumpkin in person, then make your best guess. And there's still a few days left for the bargains of the month at BNC, home of the giant pumpkin contest.
We're here at Bear River High School after a big victory tonight by Placer over Bear River, and 4-0 for Placer now on their way to the playoffs. And our Player of the Game, Bill Slade & Sons Player of the Game award tonight goes to Mario Perez, and what a game it was tonight. There is the trophy for a very successful game, and all I got to say is your line opened up some big holes for you tonight.
Yeah, they did great. The running backs blocked down the field. They never stopped. They're fast.
Yeah, and they tried to stop you on several occasions, and you picked up another 5 or 6 yards after they had you. But I'm really impressed with your running style, and congratulations on a very fine game tonight.
Thank you.
Yeah, Mario, talk a little bit about the start of the game. Didn't really go according to plan. How are you guys able to come back from that rough start to really come back and beat up on this Bear River team?
We went to the locker room. We fixed we talked about the small details. We figured out what we were doing wrong, and then it was all about just fixing them and then hitting hard and have fun.
And then Mario, lastly, the big one next week, Lincoln for the PVL title. What are your thoughts going into that game?
We just got to start off fast. Like we started off slow this game, so we just got to start off fast, and then we'll be fine.
Well, there he is, Mario Perez, your Player of the Game. Give him a round of applause, guys.
Thanks a lot, guys. Found Joey Montoya over here celebrating with his fans. Joey, I guess we are down to that last game where now you can think about the PVL championship and one more.
We are. We're going to enjoy this one, obviously, first tonight. Kids played hard and played physical and beat a good football team. And then tomorrow we're going to get to work on another very good football team.
Well, this is always a special rivalry here, the Placer Bear River game. Of course, as we've talked earlier in the season, this is the last season for you in the PVL. But Bear River is a special place, and it's a very special game when you guys get together.
No doubt about it. You know, Coach Lowe, Coach Savoy, and their staff, they've done a phenomenal job for many, many years. You know, and you know, their kids, of course, it's a rival game, and you know, they always have a tremendous amount of talent, and they always get the most out of their players. And so Bear River was 6-2 coming into this game for a reason. You know, and they went toe-to-toe with Lincoln and Colfax for a reason. And we knew that it was going to be a battle tonight, and it was.
Now, I saw you had a few words with Coach Logue coming on the field at the end. What did you say to him?
We just, you know, embraced and said, hey, great job. You know, wished each other luck for the future. And you know, I've known Terry since I was a kid, and my parents were friends with him, and he and his wife. And so, you know,
and the Logue boys.
And the Logue boys, we've known them for years, and so I have the utmost respect for Coach Logue and Coach Savoy and this program, and I know they have much success to come up in the future.
Now, the game didn't start out the way you necessarily wanted. It had a fumble. Bear River capitalized on that, jumped ahead of you guys. What are you thinking about at that point, going into the second quarter, going into halftime?
We just knew we had to weather the storm. We knew that we were, you know, a couple things. We felt we played a little sloppy tonight. We've played physical, but also give Bear River credit because they capitalized on those things and really came out to play tonight and created some of those things. And so all things that we believe are fixable and things that we can clean up, and we're going to have to for the future coming up.
In the second half, it looked like you went a lot with the big guy, Mario.
Well, they gave us some things that we saw, and we made some adjustments, and we wanted to capitalize on it. And obviously, the offensive line did a great job blocking. Our backs did a great job blocking. Our backs did a great job running, and finally protecting the football, with the exception of the last play down at the 6. But overall, it's a good night. Proud of him.
And a big night once again for Michael Stuck.
Michael Stuck, he's become a playmaker for us. You know, he's played a lot of varsity football games as a junior, and has put us in this position. He made a heck of a pass down here. You know, we're at the 6-7 yard line and made a great read, and we're very fortunate to have Michael Stuck playing for us.
Now, looking ahead to next week, after you enjoy this one, of course, and watch it at touchdownproductions.com, what do you know about Lincoln? I know you've probably already been peeking at them a little bit.
We know that they're a great football team. Chris Bean has really got the program rolling. They do a great job down there. They've got phenomenal players, great talent, you know, a town that supports them much like ours, and it should be an electric atmosphere next week.
Well, it will be, and of course that's going to be at Lefevre Stadium. It'll be our game of the week. We'll be down there for the PVL championship game. And before I let you go, address what it's like to possibly win 6 PVL titles in a row. What's that road been like?
You know, to be honest with you, I haven't even thought about it.
Well, that's why I'm asking the question.
You know, it's not even something on our radar. It's not even something we talk about. It's not even something we think about, even as a program. And you know, we focus on the moment and the day and what we're doing at that moment. And we're very fortunate that in the last 9 or 10 years that we've been able to at least be in this game, whether we won it or not. And that's a real tribute to the staff, the great coaches I have around me. I have some of the best coaches around, bar none. You know, the players that have played for us over the years, and obviously the support staff that we have around us. And so sometimes, you know, the head coach gets way too much credit. And, you know, over the last 10 years, I think, bar none, you could take me out of the picture. This staff and the players that we've had have done it all. And so very fortunate, and we'll get to work tomorrow.
All right, Joey. Well, listen, congratulations. Enjoy this one tonight with your team. A little bit of a short bus ride home for you guys, so might get to bed at a reasonable time. And we'll see you next week out at Lefevre Stadium for the PVL championship game.
Hey, thank you, and we're looking forward to this short commute.
All righty. There he is, Joey Montoya. Let's go back to Dave and Marty to close it out here. Not as cold this week. You guys really missed a cold one here last week for the close of the show. Guys, take it back.
Thanks, Gil, and the great interview with Joey Montoya tonight. And David, How do you summarize this game here tonight?
It was just an all-out good performance from Placer. I mean, coming back early after the fumble, giving up the immediate touchdown. Joey Montoya and the boys really dug down deep and really pulled this game out through, thanks to Mario Perez, our player of the game.
Yeah, and it's going to be a big game next week between Bear River and Center. The last we heard, Center was beating Colfax, and they need a win too in this league. So PVL has been very tough this year, and so next week it's coming down to the wire for the Bruins. If they win, they're in. If they don't, then they're done for the season.
And you can catch us for the NorCal Game of the Week next week at Placer High School for the PVL Championship between Placer High School and Lincoln.
So that's it from Bear River High School here tonight, as Bear River comes up just a little bit short against a fine Placer team. And for Gil Dominguez, David Kline, this is Marty Mortensen saying thank you for joining us, and we'll catch you next week at Placer High School.